Hey, I'm NichBoy and welcome to Pocket, and today I'm checking out the Gears of War 4 multiplayer beta. Now, GAL 4 is about to enter open beta on the 25th when everyone can come in and play. We thought we would jump in and see if chainsawing people in half is still fun. My guess? If you're into that sort of thing. Okay, so the beta launches with only a couple of modes available at the Mo. We've got Team Deathmatch, Dodgeball, and Co-op TDM, which is kind of like a wave mode against AI. And Pete, I'll ask you to not snicker while I'm trying to do my job. I reckon I'm gonna jump into Team Deathmatch and you know, see how I do. Holy shit, this is taking a long time to load. Holy crap. Oh my god, it's chaos already. I don't remember any of the controls. How do I get into the... How do I play? How do I play the game? Okay, so this is a map. No buttons work except for back, where I'm here. I'm not even in this game. I'm just watching this game. And I can't even watch the game because the scorecard is up. What is happening? Oh yeah, this is the Gears I remember. All right, I'm just gonna walk into the ocean. I'm just gonna walk straight into, no, the ocean's gone, no, it's back. The ocean's back. Where is the game? Can I shoot anything? There we go. At least they start with a shotgun. I remember them being relatively powerful. Okay, so clearly the game hasn't loaded properly. Or this is one of the 5 placement matches where I need to survive this and they figure out my skill. But this is why we have betas. So let's just start this again. Go to the old main menu. I saw things I wish I didn't see. I saw a lizard man appear out of the middle of nowhere holding a gun. That's gonna haunt me until the end of my days. That at any point, the ocean could just appear and a lizard holds a shotgun. Did it say connecting to server last time?
Yeah, that said loading map.
Ah, damn. Oh, shit. Okay. I mean, so far, I'm not loving it. NichBoy is with Beast, Jesus Killer, and Dijo Rosa.
Hey, mate. What do you want?
Meet them all.
Match begins. Hey, we're all invisible again. So I only, okay, so all right. This is new. This is good stuff. This. Tell you what, guys, it's pretty lucky they ran a beta. Just gonna spray and pray. Just hope that, all right. Maybe we'll just restart the whole game. Here we go, we're in. It all worked. Couple of false starts, but we're finally in the game. Might just hang out here for a bit. I'm sorry, hang on a second. I am disgusting. I sicken myself. Look at that, that is foul. I hope someone shoots me. I remember loving how Gears of War feels, but it does take a while for you to get, you know, into that. How are you still alive? There we go. Yum. Changing weapon would be that. I feel like that's better. Where are all the people at? Well, we won. Nikki, 1 kill, 1 death. I mean, so far, this is just a great experience. Round begins. Here we go. We're actually in. I didn't do the roll. I'm not part of the team. There we go. We're just a bunch of skinned dicks rolling around carrying weapons. I'm so just offended by the character model. I think it's disgusting to the point of distraction to me. Oh, mate, 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 mate! Oh, it's so slow. My Doom experience all over again. And speaking of Doom, Doom was actually the last shooter that I played. And it is the polar opposite to this. It's so twitchy and quick. And here, you just feel so chunky and sticky, like a big, sticky, chunky dick, just running around, sticking to everything, that it feels like a bit of a bygone style of movement and play. I'm really worried about that sniper now. I forgot sniper rifles were in this game. Which is a bit of a stupid thing to forget because it's a shooter. Ah, back! In the face! Excellent. How am I going? 2 to 4. All right, second match one. It's interesting. The game feels like Gears, and I think I forget how Gears feels. It's definitely something I need to work myself back into. Let's look at the harbor. Let's look at night lighting. Because the game doesn't necessarily look as good as I feel like it should. It doesn't look, to me, any better than the Ultimate Edition. And the Ultimate Edition obviously came out recently, but it was also just a scaled up version of the older one with a few more, lighting adjustments and textures. So it is beta and it is multiplayer. I mean, there's those two things going for it. And I don't know how attractive you can actually make that character look, but it still looks like how I remember Gears looking. Gotta remember the role. Am I the invisible one in the middle? No, good. I'm just never on the right team, apparently. They're all like, why is she rolling everywhere?
Man down!
Whoa! Oh! That used to be me. Oh, there they are!
Oh yeah!
Whoa!
I got you.
Oh, took a torque bow right to the knee, then blew up. Where's that torque bow guy?
Don't mind if I do. Sweet!
Guys, we gotta go in deep. Go deep! Yeah. I'll just never be good at these. Alright, that last game was a tie. That's not too bad. Let's leave it there. Okay, so this is kind of a tricky one for me. If I'm being totally honest, I had zero fun playing this, but a lot of that has got to do with me, that I've forgotten how to play Gears. I've just forgotten that it's such a chunky, heavy, uncoordinated game until you really get in sync with the controls. I think that a lot of the shooters that we're playing nowadays are much faster, but they're also much more built around the idea of a team, and they're sort of these squads which put together people with interesting abilities that complement each other on the field. Here, this is very much a shooter. So you got the shotgun and the lancer, and you just run out and start killing other meat sacks. And it took me In fact, I'm still not comfortable with the controls. It still feels like it's narrow fields of view, and every time I pop out of cover, I'm not sure which way I'm gonna be facing. When I roadie run, it's hard to control. And I was worried that it was me, so I ended up handing the controls to Pete for a while, just to play and see what he thought, and he agreed that it's something that you really need to sort of relearn. And for me, I wonder what the audience for Gears multiplayer is. I can see the idea of the Gears narrative single player stuff because I feel like they did always have interesting single player campaigns. Whereas with the multiplayer, I don't know, maybe we've moved on as gamers to a different style of multiplayer. It'll be interesting to see how that pans out. As for the game itself, the map design they were well laid out, but they didn't look particularly interesting. They looked sort of like Unreal Engine just templates. So it's like, this is the shipping crate you put here, and then stat these shipping crates. There was nothing there where I was like, oh, this is a really interesting design. Who knows what'll be in the game? It could be, you know, heaps of interesting stuff. This is the plainest stuff they've put out there just for testing. Graphically, it wasn't really impressive either. It's not that it looked bad, it just kind of looked ordinary, and what I expected, I guess. It wasn't anything special. The single player could look way better because obviously you're not dealing with all the issues that multiplayer has, which you know, weighs down all the resources. So the game could look better than that, but I wasn't particularly impressed by it here. I will say, however, the netcode was really good. Once we got into the games and the maps all loaded and I wasn't an invisible penis anymore, then it really felt like no one was jumping around or lagging or twitching out. It did feel like a rock solid connection, which is, you know, the most important thing about a shooter. I don't know if the beta is going to get in people who aren't already fans of the series, but I don't know if that's even what it's trying to do. Maybe it's just trying to give the fans a taste of what's to come. But if you are slightly interested in what you've seen, the open beta starts on the 25th and runs through to the 1st of May, so you can jump in and take a look. Just be warned though, if you don't have experience with this game, or even if you do and it just hasn't been for a while, it's gonna take you a few rounds to sort of get your head around how to play it properly. All right, that's it for today's episode of Pocket My Pocketeers. NichBoy out. Also, chainsawing felt good. So to answer my original question, yeah, bueno.